What's up, everybody? It's mailbag time. We're feeling good. It's Friday afternoon. Welcome to Fantasy Football Today, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. I'm Adam Aizer, bringing that weekend energy. Dan Schneier bringing that part your hair in the middle energy. And Jamey Eisenberg is bringing that I just made an awesome trade energy. Whoa. What a great feeling to make a trade. You know, it's just the most fun part of football. Start making more trades.
Is it more satisfying when you accept a great trade or you make a great trade?
What do you mean, propose it and then it gets accepted?
You propose the trade and somebody accepts it, like, oh, I really, concocted this great deal.
Yeah.
Or is it better like you just like open your inbox, you're like, whoa, okay, yeah, this is a no-brainer.
I think the first one's better. The second one, you're like second guessing when you first see it. You're like, whoa, do I do it? Is this as good as I think it should be? So you get that feeling. The other one, you're like, yes, I did it.
Yeah. Am I missing something here? Is there an injury?
Yeah, that's how I feel when I get a good offer.
Right, yeah.
And Jamey made a very fair trade, I think, but it's just fun to do it. And I'm hoping maybe this weekend I'll spend some time, make some trade offers here. Just give you the news and notes real quick. Chuba Hubbard practiced today on Friday, so I'm assuming he'll be listed as questionable, but it's good that he practiced. They're at New England. Buffalo is going to be without Ed Oliver and Matt Milano in their front seven against New Orleans. And then bigger news in Washington, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin missed practice. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt was on the practice field. That's all I saw. He was on the practice field and wasn't doing much at the moment. So I don't have any update for you on Bill Krosky-Merritt, but at least he was out on the practice field on Friday. Derek Stingley missed practice on Friday. He may not play against Tennessee. And Baker Mayfield was throwing at practice. He's got this biceps injury. I'm sure he'll be fine. Good to go for the Eagles game. Jamey, congratulations on your trade. Let's talk about it. Go ahead. You feeling good?
So I mentioned on the Friday morning show, which I'm wearing the same shirt, but mentioned on the Friday morning show that I was offered Ricky Pearsall for Jalen Warren in a 14-team. It's our podcast league, 14-team league, where I wasn't thrilled about that offer just because of Ricky Pearsall's potential for losing opportunities, let's say, when everybody's healthy there in San Francisco. So that manager must have been listening to the show, rescinded the offer, and then countered with Justin Jefferson for Omarion Hampton and Troy Franklin.
And you would be getting Jefferson and giving up Hampton and Troy Franklin.
Yes. So this was 1 week after being offered Malik Neighbors for T. Higgins and Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
So in a 14-team league, which I share with our very generous friend Todd Rones, we now have running back, wide receiver rooms of Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, and Jalen Warren, and Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, and George Pickens.
Yeah, it's very good. It's funny because, getting Neighbors and Jefferson obviously seems great. Straight up, though, Franklin is a bit of a throw in a 14-team league, but that's fine. He could be useful. Hampton for Jefferson, do you guys think that's lopsided?
Not as lopsided as the other trade. I think with the injury to Najee Harris, there's possibility and potential for Hampton to be a very good player in fantasy at the level of Jefferson. The issue is Greg Roman has hinted at, and the Chargers have hinted at, using other players in that backfield. I don't think this is a dire situation where they feel like no one else can get on the field. Kamani Vidal, I think, will get on the field immediately. The other issue is the Chargers are almost dead last in yards created from a run blocking standpoint, with no sure signs of getting any better in that regard.
Oh, now, I'll give you a sure sign.
What's that?
Turn around, look at your refrigerator.
yeah, that's not a bad point. But
by the way, you look a little like crooked.
I'll try to fix that. I don't know what that is.
It's like, leave it. It's fine. But you do look a little crooked. Okay. Also, I think that Giants football that you have on the counter, is that a foam football?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the same football. You know, it's sad. My son plays with it. That's like his football.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
30-something-year-old man, you have the foam.
Yeah, well, it's been hanging around for years, and I just use it in the background, trying my best to do my best here with the background. It's not great, but it's better than it was at times. With that said, on the trade front, there is also concern on the other end with Jefferson, obviously, with Carson Wentz potentially playing who knows how long, given Kevin O'Connell's comments, and that also may be the best option for him. On the other trade, I feel like T. Higgins is in a bad spot moving forward with this situation as is. And then it's like Higgins and what was it, Mason for Neighbors? Yeah, I think the other one's more lopsided to me.
All right.
It's just interesting that we went very heavy on running back, and now we have traded them for very prominent assets, and so it it's not gonna I don't, at least for me, not change like any draft philosophy, but it has benefited. I don't know size of league, players we're playing with, etc. But it has definitely benefited us to draft 5 running backs and turn 2 of them into Malik Neighbors and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. But Neighbors has had one good game so far, and it was against Dallas. And Jefferson hasn't even scored 15 fantasy points.
Sure.
They're a very run-heavy team. He hasn't played a game with Jordan Addison yet. I do wonder if Neighbors and Jefferson, I think you should have made the trades. Like, they're good. But I wonder if they're going to return first-round value. Or who is first-round value?
Yeah, who is returning first-round value at this point?
Getting a workhorse running back is really, really valuable. Hampton's probably going to be that. Mason, I don't know. Yes. I was going to hit this button, and we started talking about Kamani Vidal. Kamani Vidal is not going to be the reason why Amari and Hampton is not awesome.
I didn't say that, but I just think he's going to eat a little bit into the role. I don't think we're looking at like a McCaffrey type work share, that workload.
I don't even want that from my running backs. It's too much. It's too much. It's taking too many hits. I want them to get spelled a little bit. He's still going to have a great workload, Hampton. Okay, let's move on to
ALITTLEBIT.
What?
No.
So I want them to get spelled a little bit. So I spelled a little bit.
Very good. I like that. All right, Sunday.
That's a dad joke if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. Oh, I made a great dad joke. So I have a driveway that's kind of slopey, and if we have a basketball hoop out there. So when my son plays, ball rolls into the woods essentially, and you got to worry about ticks. We have deer all over our lawn. So we wanted to put a fence up on the side of the driveway, and we had a couple of fence companies come and give us quotes or whatever. So just about an hour ago, the lady calls me. She's like, "Hey, I'm just calling to see if you, what you thought of the proposal." And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty expensive, and it's not really a need right now." So I was like, "I'm on the fence." And I said, "You probably get that a lot." She started laughing. She's like, "No, actually, we know it." So I thought it was pretty awesome. Yeah, thank you. All right, Sunday. Last time I'm reminding you, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., youtube.com/fantasyfootball today. Dan is actually hosting that one as I am unavailable. 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. I'm just kidding, Dan. It's you can sleep in. And then 11:30, noon to 1. Sorry. 8:30 to 9:30 and noon to 1 are our live streams tomorrow. And it's time for football at BetMGM. When you register with BetMGM, folks, first of all, you can use the bonus code FANTASY when you sign up. But you're going to get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, boost tokens, and the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, when you huddle up with BetMGM at your fingertips, every pass, every catch, and every game matter more than ever. Football's back. Don't miss out on any of the hard-hitting action. Place your money line, prop, and parlay bets with BetMGM today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Time for emails. We got emails at fantasyfootball@cbsi.com. Apple Podcast questions. Here's the deal with the Apple Podcast questions. First of all, you got to leave a 5-star review. You got to tell people why you like the show. Then you can ask your question. You should try to get these published by, I would say, Tuesday or Wednesday, because they take a little while to show up in Apple Podcast. And don't ask any questions about Thursday games, because I don't even look until Friday. I read them on a show that airs Saturday. So just a couple of words there on the Apple Podcast. We also have Fantasy Cops and YouTube. Email from Matthew. Matthew makes a good point here. There are a lot of struggling wide receivers right now, and there's a trend that I'm noticing. The wide receivers that are struggling all have young quarterbacks, and the wide receivers that are doing great have veteran quarterbacks. There are some exceptions to this, but Nico Collins, Marvin Harrison, he wrote this earlier in the week, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore, Drake London, Brian Thomas Jr., all young quarterbacks.
Is that really fair to say, though, with that group? Like, I was expecting you to say Justin Jefferson and
Malik Neighbors,
Calvin Ridley. Like,
Neighbors counts.
All of Nico Collins' best production in his career has come with CJ Stroud.
Agreed.
Nico Collins is struggling, though.
Kyler Murray's in like year 7 right now.
Yeah, like these aren't young.
That one definitely can't count.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why he put Marvin in there. That was a bad call. But CeeDee Lamb's been great. Amon-Ra St. Brown's been great. The Rams wide receivers have been great. Jackson Smith and Jigba has been
Quentin
great.
Johnston, Keenan Allen with Herbert have been great.
It is an interesting point here.
It is. Quarterback.
But it's not the best example of quarterbacks, though.
So
like if you want to say, if he was to say Drake London is struggling, Justin Jefferson is struggling, Calvin Ridley is struggling. Like, these are young quarterbacks.
Okay, fine. So forget about the examples he gave, because some of them are working, some of them aren't. And just the overall point, young quarterbacks maybe maybe are leading to these wide receiver struggles.
I mean, it certainly could, and in the case of some of these guys, there's coordinator changes and coaching changes. I don't know if the sample size at this point is too small. 3 games in. There's, I think, reasons for certain situations for several of these guys. Is Rome Odunze struggling?
Correct. You're right. He's not.
DJ Moore is.
Someone said Nico Collins, and he mentioned DJ Moore. He said Nico Collins was great last week. He was lucky. I mean, I'm happy about it, obviously, but he had
that was not great. Yeah.
Busted coverage.
But that's not, everything Nico Collins has done for us as an elite tier fantasy player has been with CJ Stroud.
It's true. Okay. Well, so food for thought. Okay. From Henry. Subject, mailbag question from the magnets on Dan's fridge. I'm in a full PPR league. I can only start 3 of the following 4. Malik Neighbors, Teteroa McMillan, Ricky Pearsall, and Emeka Ibuka. Who are you sitting?
Give me names again, sorry.
Malik Neighbors, Teteroa McMillan, Ricky Pearsall, Emeka Ibuka.
And starting how many?
3.
Sit one.
So it's between McMillan and Pearsall for me. I would sit McMillan with Christian Gonzalez coming back.
I think that's easily the play with Gonzalez back, but I will say this. I would not be expecting a big game out of Malik Neighbors against this Chargers defense.
Right. And he even said that in the email. Said, am I crazy to bench Neighbors?
He's not.
Yeah.
But I think the matchup that Jamey brought up is difficult enough that it plays a bigger factor.
I am wondering if now that they have Carlton Davis, who is on the Patriots, not the Lions, if they do use Gonzalez to shadow, or if they feel like, hey, we've got 2 cornerbacks, maybe we don't need to now, especially in Gonzalez's first game back. This is an email from Mateo. I know Dan is going to have very strong feelings about this.
Oh, boy.
A few years ago, I started an ice cream cookie sandwich business, and this year it's really started to grow. My question is this. If you were to create an ice cream cookie sandwich, what combination of cookie and ice cream would you choose? For example, one of my more popular combinations is an Oreo cookie with Oreo ice cream called the Oreo Overload.
That's a great one to start. I would probably be going in the direction of, so my favorite ice cream is coffee ice cream. So I'm kind of trying to figure out.
Oh my God.
That has got to be the worst favorite ice cream of any ice cream.
Out of your mind, it's the clear best. Who doesn't? Coffee ice cream is repulsive.
Do a poll, Adam. Do a poll quickly.
Who doesn't? I can't believe this reaction. Coffee ice cream is so good.
Is coffee ice cream the worst? Here's your choices, Claire. Is coffee ice cream the worst ice cream ever? The worst ice cream of all time? Or see results?
I can't believe people are out on coffee ice cream. Coffee ice cream is amazing. Like, what are we talking about?
That's a great comment from Brosy.
I never knew coffee ice cream was considered bad. Wow.
Coffee ice cream is Dan, a 75-year-old spiritually.
Well, to be fair, like, it's my mom's favorite ice cream. I guess that's how I got into it in the first place. But coffee ice cream is amazing tasting. Like, this has nothing to do with
There are some people agreeing with you.
I'm just stunned at this. I never knew coffee ice cream was considered bad, but I would say coffee ice cream with like a mocha type taste to it. So you mix in like a chocolate cookie and coffee ice cream. But again, like maybe like a s'mores cookie. That's what I'm thinking. S'mores cookie with coffee ice cream. But, I'm actually taken aback by how bad people think this coffee ice cream is.
No, there are a lot of people agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Just like stunned by it.
So I would go with I think a Thin Mint cookie. Okay. Right? A big Thin Mint. But what ice cream do we put?
I was thinking like mint chocolate ice cream.
You could do that, but I think Thin Mint with mint chocolate, it would be too much. Would be a mint overload. I think it'd be too much. Yeah. Maybe just vanilla. Maybe just vanilla ice cream Thin Mint with the Thin Mint cookie.
Just so Jeff Snook knows in the comments, I'm not backtracking. I stand by this. Coffee ice cream is the best ice cream. But anything with like chocolate peanut butter is obviously a good mix.
Dan, by the way, Dave almost topped your WH Space.
Oh no! What did he wear?
He was wearing a T-shirt with his jacket open over it.
Okay.
And the T-shirt says Speed Power, but the S was covered.
Oh my God. I got to check out the episode now. This was this morning's episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So far, early poll results. Only 35 votes. How do you feel about coffee ice cream? Great. 37%.
It's not bad.
Good. 9%.
So 46% find it great or good. I think I'm doing good here.
Meh. 23%.
Okay.
Bad. 31%. So far,
actually,
great,
I think I'm winning this. Yeah.
great is winning, but it's very split.
I don't understand. I've never heard of this anti-coffee ice cream thing. I just thought it was the best. I thought it was known as
coffee and have good ice cream. There you go. All
I
right,
also love coffee. Who doesn't love coffee?
Well, I've never had coffee. You know this. Let's take a break. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more of your emails at fantasyfootball@cbsi.com.
Absolutely amazing.
Lamar dancing around the pocket. He does this so well. All the way for the touchdown.
All right, let's see the YouTube poll here. As we welcome you back to Fantasy Football today, to our mailbag show, just killing time before the poll results come up. Is coffee ice cream the best flavor? Yes, Dan is right. No, Dan is crazy. 68% say no, Dan is crazy. All right, at least we can agree on that. This email is from Kyle. 12-team PPR. I have Derrick Henry, Ashton Genty, and Jordan Mason. Would you trade Jordan Mason for Travion Henderson?
Yes.
Would I trade Jordan Mason for Travion Henderson in PPR?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
I said no, actually, when I replied to the email. I was surprised at that quick yes there from Sean.
And this is definitely surprising considering Jacob and I spent a lot of time this week going over how good things are for Jordan Mason. We ranked the offensive lines on Beyond the Box Score this week. Check that out. We talked about success rate, yards before contact, yards created, a lot of good metrics that I think could lead to you figuring out which offensive lines provide the best runway for running backs rest of season. Vikings were in the top 3, but I just have concerns about, one, that offense's overall efficiency once McCarthy comes back, and 2, Aaron Jones' return. On the flip side of that, Travion Henderson, I feel like, is trending in the opposite direction of he will be getting more and more touches, and obviously has the reception upside for PPR.
The one thing would be is, A, how long is Aaron Jones out? And B, what happens to Aaron Jones when he comes back? Like, Jordan Mason clearly had the best game of a running back for the Vikings this season. And before Aaron Jones left, there was a pretty clear split of who's the rushing downs guy. And maybe still Mason getting some opportunities in the passing game, while Jones clearly getting work in the rushing game. But I still think that offense has still another year to get to. I hope the Patriots offense does.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Vikings offense, I think, until Kevin O'Connell figures out who's going to be his quarterback and how that's going to operate, there's still so much room to grow.
All right. Coffee ice cream is the best from J-Dog, little Juan J-Dog. Liking coffee ice cream is like Dennis Rodman being your favorite basketball player. As a fellow New Jerseyan, Dan does not represent the majority.
Oh, come on, Popinski. I'm a very good representative.
And how many alterations does Adam make to a drink at Starbucks? I don't do it. If I go, I go to hot chocolate. If I go,
do you do no caffeine in your diet? You don't have caffeine, Adam, or you do something else for caffeine?
No caffeine.
Wow, that's so crazy. I don't know how you could live life without caffeine. Do you, Jamey? Do you have caffeine?
I too much soda.
Okay.
Soda.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamey. Oh, no.
I think I've had this. I forgot you were a big soda guy, Jamey.
Not a big soda, just too much of it, though.
This is from Matt. It says, hey, Cam, Phil, Jay, and Mitch. Come on.
Ooh,
Cam,
say that again.
Phil, Jay, and Mitch.
Cam, Phil, Jay, and Mitch. And Gloria, and Claire, and Haley, and who else? Jay.
These are Modern Family characters.
All right, I need to sit one of these in PPR. Ricky Pearsall, Michael Pittman, Tedero McMillan, and Chuba Hubbard. Pearsall, Pittman, McMillan, Hubbard.
Well, first, let's find out what Hubbard and McMillan's status is. Hopefully, we get the answers before the show is over. It's PPR. I probably would sit. It's between the Panthers for me. I might lean towards sitting McMillan
because the matchup possibly. I think I would sit Hubbard.
From Mike, need a wide receiver and a flex from this group. DJ Moore, Jamo, Io Manor, Tootin, Golden, Godwin, who looks like trending in the right direction to play according to the latest report. And that's about 1 minute ago, by the way. So again, we need one wide receiver. Let's pick a receiver. DJ Moore, Jamison Williams, Io Manor, Golden, or Godwin.
I'm going to take a flyer on Golden.
Okay. And then a flex. All of those players plus Basil Tootin.
I go Golden, Io Manor.
I'll agree for continuity's sake. I'd probably go more, but just with the matchup and hope that the Raiders secondary is as bad as advertised. But look, Io Manor's been solid.
By the way, it looks like the Packers are going to be down another offensive lineman, Anthony Belton. It's not.
I'm telling you, they're just doing it to make it fair.
We've got one from Jacob. Need some trade targets for Rashee Rice on 1 or 2 or 0-3 teams. 1 and 2 or 0-3 teams.
And I just want to Delonte, is that the way to pronounce it? It just went off the screen. Made the comment of Christian Gonzalez is not locking down Ted McMillan. I don't want to come across, I'm sure Dan doesn't either. Like, we're not saying to outright sit Ted McMillan. We're getting a lot of good choices here about other players. So
yeah,
just tough calls. I don't think that you should be running to sit Tedero McMillan because Gonzalez is playing, as Adam alluded to. No guarantee he's going to shadow him. And there's still, just depends on who you have on your team.
All right, good call. Rashee Rice, trade targets for him if you're 1 and 2 or 0-3.
Anybody that's playing well now that's sitting on, like Emeka Buka would be somebody I'd be looking at if they're on somebody's bench. Tedero McMillan, Brian Thomas Jr.
So I think the easiest way to answer this question is this. What do you expect from Rashee Rice when he's back in week 7?
A lot. That's why I don't think I would move Rashee Rice right now. If that's
but if you're 0-3 and 1 and 2, by the time he comes back, your fantasy season may be done. So you have to make those tough calls.
What are you getting for him at this point?
Well, that's the thing. It's like you want to be getting somebody who, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, is going to be a must-start wide receiver for you, and the chance to be as good as Rice or potentially a little bit less, not too much less, when Rice is back. So I'll give you the example of a real-life trade. Same thing with CeeDee Lamb at this point because we don't know how long he's going to be out. So Heath made the trade in our Superflex League. He traded CeeDee Lamb for Brian Thomas Jr. He still believes that Brian Thomas Jr. can be that guy. And buying low on him, selling CeeDee Lamb, I don't know if the manager he sold it to or traded him to was 3-0, 2-1, whatever the case may be. But again, you're trying to, help that person for their potential playoff push while still giving yourself the option of helping yourself now. So you're buying low on somebody who's struggling. You're buying somebody who's, as again, I use Ricky Pearsall as the example. Right now, Ricky Pearsall seems like he's a solid number 2 fantasy receiver, right? That could change in a day if Juwan Jennings is back. It could change in 2 weeks when George Kittle's back.
Sure.
There's a window here of maybe not being that good. But if that player gets you back to 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, whatever the case may be, you've now saved your season.
What about George Pickens? Would you give up Rice for George Pickens?
Again, if you buy that George Pickens is going to be that player, I probably would look a little bit higher than that, But when you start to get desperate because your fantasy season is slipping away, like I don't want to go and get, and I may be wrong because it could still be a very good player. Like I don't want to go turn Rashee Rice into Quentin Johnston, and Johnson may be awesome,
right?
But you just may be buying somebody who's never going to sustain this level of production.
Maybe
right.
I would say buy low. A play might be you need production now, but you also want upside if you're giving up a player like Rice. I think buying low on a player like Ladd McConkey could be a really good play, or a player like Drake London, 2 guys that we thought would be very good but are struggling. So that those managers might be like, I want to kind of move those players right now. That's the type of player I'd be looking for.
This one's from Chad. I need to start 2. Jamo, Mooney, Addison, Worthy, Godwin, Travion Henderson. Give me 2. Jamison Williams, Darnell Mooney, Jordan Addison, Xavier Worthy, Chris Godwin, Travion Henderson.
This is PPR or no?
Yeah.
I'll go with Jamo and Henderson.
Sorry, give me names again. I was just looking. The Commanders had ruled out Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels and McLaurin out.
Yep.
Jamo, Mooney, Addison, Worthy, Godwin, Henderson.
I would go Henderson and Worthy.
Okay,
I'm
next
so
question
nervous
is from
about
Mark.
starting Worthy. You feel confident starting Worthy this week, Jamie?
I just don't feel confident in Jameson Williams right now
Okay.
with his role and the defense that he's facing. And Godwin, same situation as Worthy, but a little bit less.
Okay.
So just hoping that we get some big plays against the defense that's struggling.
Email from Mark. Hunter Henry or Brock Bowers, Jalen Waddle or Deebo Samuel?
Bowers and Debo for me.
Bowers and Debo.
I need to cut you off real quick for one quick thing because I'm getting a lot of hate for this coffee take.
Go ahead.
I need you quickly. We don't have to spend much time on this. Both of you to announce your favorite ice cream flavor real quick.
Chip.
Okay.
My go-to, I go to Carvel a lot with my kids. My go-to is cherry vanilla.
Okay, those are good guys. Because if one of you said like chocolate or vanilla, I'd be like, well, I mean, come on. Like, what are we talking about here? I guess there are some like special flavors. Mint chocolate.
Milk and cookies from Ben and Jerry's is phenomenal.
Yeah. Coffee, buzz. Anyone ever heard of it? It's great. Have you ever had the Haagen-Dazs coffee? Amazing. I'm stunned at this coffee stuff.
Okay.
I am.
It's gross. From No Name, grade the trade. No Name is from Forest Grove, by the way. 3-0, full PPR, 10-team league. I offered Ricky Pearsall and Quinshon Judkins for A.J. Brown and Chase Brown. He countered wanting Ibuka and Judkins. So I gave up Ibuka and Judkins for A.J. Brown and Chase Brown. Grade the trade.
I'll say it's a B- with the hope that Chase Brown turns things around.
I'll go with A- here. Not just that I think Chase Brown could turn things around. I think A.J. Brown will be the winner of that deal. I also think like Judkins, yes, the role's amazing, but it could just be what I expected it to be with the Browns. A lot of running, not a lot of receiving work, and a team that doesn't score a lot of touchdowns, which, again, like that's an 8 to 10 point weekly output.
From Chi-Town Mikey, he says, hi, BJ, John, Ron, and Steve.
BJ, John, Ron, and Steve.
He's from Chicago.
From Chicago. BJ.
You have no idea who BJ Armstrong is, do you?
No, I think he's a basketball player, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
These are
I think I've heard of that. Is that one of Jordan's teammates?
BJ Armstrong,
Ron Harper, and John is a point guard, he says. John Paxton?
Oh, yeah, John Paxton.
Yeah.
This is before my time.
All right, half point PPR, 2 QB league. I have Burrow and Russell Wilson. So I picked up Carson Wentz, and I have Caleb Williams. Not feeling great about my quarterbacks the rest of the way.
Why?
Because he has Wentz, because it's a 2 QB league. One of his quarterbacks.
Caleb's awesome.
Yeah. Which QB should I try and shoot for? I want to put Judkins, Scadaboo, or even Omarion Hampton on the trading block. Or should I just pick up Jake Browning off waivers? Well, yeah, you should do that to have a quarterback on your team. Drop Burrow and drop Wilson. But is there a good buy low quarterback for our man Chi-Town or Chi-Town Mikey?
I mean, I think given the fact of the running backs that you have and you're offering, anybody would be buying if they have quarterback depth. So, try, and especially now with injuries, if you're not concerned about long-term, in the case of Jaden Daniels, like if you could turn one of those running backs into Jaden Daniels, I would be doing that in a heartbeat. I would also maybe look to see if the JJ McCarthy manager would be selling cheap, and maybe you don't have to give up one of those running backs by themselves. So you at least have the Vikings quarterback situation covered and Caleb Williams.
Did I say John Paxton? Because I meant Paxson. All right, next email is from Chesky. Should I trade Rashee Rice for Brian Thomas Jr.?
I guess if you need it, fine. But I would much rather have Rashee Rice rest the season once he starts playing, personally.
All right. I would do it. You get 3 weeks of Brian Thomas Jr.
You see Thomas hurt his wrist on the big play he had last week, which was, by the way, a busted coverage.
Which got CJ Gardner-Johnson cut.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's holding his wrist after the play because when he slammed the ball down or whatever.
Really? Oh, that's
the rest. I think he's probably fine. We would have heard about it already, but
just he came in with a wrist injury.
Yeah.
So he's been playing through that. Yeah. This is from don't have a name here. PPR, I need 3.
Chuba Hubbard's questionable, and Xavier Liga has been ruled out.
Thank you. I need 3 in PPR. One of them has to be a running back. Pearsall, Devontae Smith, Xavier Worthy, Henderson, and ETN.
Pearsall, Henderson.
You're going Henderson over ETN?
I can go both, so I'll go both. But yes, I like Henderson a lot this week.
All right.
I'm sorry. Give me a choice again. Apologies.
Pearsall, Devontae, Worthy, Henderson, ETN.
Pearsall and ETN for me.
And
Henderson's been first up in drills.
we need one more.
I hope you're right, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Really am.
I'll just say Worthy. From Justin, I need a flex. Quentin Johnston or Xavier Worthy?
QJ for me.
Yep.
From Josh, someone offered me Jamar Chase for my Malik neighbors.
It's a no for me.
I would rather have Chase.
I'd rather have neighbors.
Okay. He also could offer Nico Collins or JSN for Chase.
Nico
I would
Collins
give Nico
and JSN.
Yeah. No, or I think, right?
Yeah, or.
I would give up Nico and get to do it.
I still probably want Chase.
Yeah, and then he's saying he can give up Nico to get Chase.
Basically, he has neighbors, Nico and JSN.
Right.
Would you trade any of them for Chase?
Nico.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I would trade JSN for Chase. We saw the downside of JSN last night.
JSN. Wow.
From Kenneth, DK Metcalf or Brian Thomas Jr. and Dobbins or Hubbard?
Dobbins. That's the start.
Dobbins over Hubbard.
BTJ for sure for me.
But Thomas or who?
Metcalf.
Yeah, Thomas.
Slightly go Thomas there. Not
Okay.
expecting much.
From David, start a running back.
Real quick on Terry McLaurin. Dan Quinn calls him week to week.
Yeah.
Okay. It's better than what it could have been.
Not necessarily. Week to week sometimes is a placeholder for he's having surgery. I'm not saying he is, but just
I'm curious. This was my fear, with these guys from the hold-ins, holdouts, how Quinshon Judkins will hold up, because he looks fantastic so far without any training camp. And McLaurin, unfortunately, another soft tissue injury.
all right. Question from David, half PPR. Pick one of these three running backs: Jalen Warren against the Vikings, DeAndre Swift, or Travion Henderson.
I'd go Warren.
Yeah, I'll go Warren over Henderson, but it's close.
And Matt Wheeler wants to know if he should start Henderson over Chase Brown and Matthew Golden over Brian Thomas Jr.
I'm not there with BTJ, but they're very close for me. So if you want to stick with Thomas, you can. And I saw Brown ranked ahead of Henderson, but I wouldn't fight you on that one.
Okay, sorry.
I'm a yes on both.
Man, you have rookie fever this week, bro.
It's not just that. And what am I getting at? Brian Thomas doesn't have the floor right now, so it's a similar bet to me to Golden. They're both low floor with high upside. I guess I don't even know if Brian Thomas has high upside, but maybe we should assume he still does. And on the other front,
Yes, we should.
I don't know based on what, but yeah.
Based on last year. This was talking 3 games. He had one of the best rookie years ever in terms of yards per out run.
No, I still love him as a player long term. This is not a good rapport with Trevor Lawrence at all.
The Commanders sound optimistic for Jacoby Krosky Merritt.
That's good.
All right, and I'm optimistic that when we return, we're going to have the Fantasy Cops. So let's take one last break here on our Mailbag show and come back and settle some league disputes.
Absolutely amazing.
Lamar dancing around the pocket. He does this so well. All the way for the touchdown.
All right, everybody. Someone said, did Adam curse? Did I cuss? I did not. Dan would accuse. Dan always says I curse, and I know.
No. There have been times you have cursed and you
not.
claim you didn't, but this was not one of them.
All right. Well, you know what? If I did curse.
This is where if I was mad at Adam, I'd say a bad word just so you have to edit it out.
If I did curse, then I would expect you to call the Fantasy Cops. Send in your emails, fantasyfootball@cbsi.com. Put Fantasy Cops in the subject line, and let's get those league disputes settled. This is from Tim in a town just north of St. Paul. Tell me if I'm way off here. I overheard 2 players in my dynasty league talking about how one was quitting. 10 minutes later, they make this trade.
Oh,
I told the league and the commissioner about their conversation. This league has had quite a few questionable trades, but I think this is it for me. On your trade chart, it doesn't score that badly, but to the naked eye, it seems lopsided. Depending on what you guys say, it may determine whether or not I stay in the league. All right, here's the trade. One team gets Zach Charbonnet, DJ Moore, Tyquan Thornton, Isaiah Likely, and a first-round pick. So Charbonnet, DJ Moore, Tyquan Thornton, Isaiah Likely, and a first-round pick for Marvin Harrison Jr., Josh Jacobs, and Tyler Warren.
Yeah, it's a terrible trade.
Is the team getting the first-round pick out of it already?
That's the quitting team.
I mean, this feels like the team that said he was quitting.
But there's so many players with upside there. I mean,
we're talking about 3 elite dynasty players. What was it? Warren?
Marvin, I don't know if Marvin Harrison Jr.
Fine. You can say Marvin. If you want to say Marvin Harrison's not an elite dynasty player, I still believe he's probably a top 30 player, whatever. We don't have to say that, but Warren certainly is. What was the other one?
Josh Jacobs.
And Josh Jacobs, maybe he's not even that old, Josh Jacobs.
And again, so much can change. But right now you're looking at no Mark Andrews potentially next year for the Ravens. No Ken Walker next year for the Seahawks because they're both in contract situations.
Yeah.
A first-round pick.
Yep.
And what was the other parts of it?
DJ Moore and Tyquan Thornton.
Like, it's not as awful as you would think.
I agree.
This is not vetoable. This is not something I'd quit the league over.
There you go, Jamey. I love it.
It's not vetoable. I agree with that. So
don't quit the league then?
I guess don't quit the league, yeah.
All right, listen, take these guys out for some coffee, ice cream, talk it over. Everything will be fine. This one's from Mark from Texas. Dear Archie, Kenny, Bobby, and Drew.
All Saints quarterbacks.
Nice. Quick crush there from Schneier. This morning, I'm going to start the music over. This morning, I awake to a manager who dropped Jaden Daniels and Mac Jones to pick up Matthew Stafford and Justin Fields. The manager has been in and out of a 12-team home league live draft since 2008. He's the kind of manager that has been ineffective when setting lineups during hunting season and has never won the league. Is he a genius, or do I, as the commissioner, need to take action as he dropped Jaden Daniels?
No. There's no action to take here. You know how my stance on this. I brought this up every time. You either live with it or you don't live with it. If your manager is not clearly very good at fantasy, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but if you're dropping Jaden Daniels, you're not very good at this thing, then you either decide I play with this manager in my league. In poker, we refer to this manager as a fish. You keep the fish in the league, or you want a super competitive league and you get him out for a shark. But those are your options. You can't in season decide, this wasn't a good move. We have to put him back on your team.
I would reach out to the manager, and knowing there could be a little bit of a gray area here because this is not a very skilled fantasy manager. They may just say, oh, okay, I need to fix that. But I would say as the commissioner, hey, man or woman, you dropped an elite player. Was this on purpose? Because we know how fat fingers work sometimes, and you hit the wrong button. And I said this before, I forget what show we were talking about, but like sometimes people are driving maybe it was last week's show. You know, you're pushing something and you don't mean to hit drop, and you don't see whatever. Some sites don't have an immediate.
Oh yeah, if it's a mistake, giving the player back.
Right, but they don't. But what I'm saying is like, hey Dan, you dropped Jane Daniels. I say, was I supposed? Oh man, oh yeah, no, I don't want to drop him. You know, like because somebody's.
I guess, yeah.
You know, they may do it, but
can I tell you something? All right, I know what you're saying. Yeah, you should reach out to this guy. I just see a report on my phone.
Okay.
Jalen Warren's been added to the injury report. He's questionable.
Yes.
Do I have to go through every one of my leagues and look for Gainwell and Johnson? I mean, I don't want to do that. It's so annoying.
Johnson week.
Oh, I should do that myself. I have a couple leagues I could use a little RB out.
I mean, which one would you even pick up?
Gainwell for me for sure.
Gainwell.
I mean, am I really? Okay, we're all in the FFT league together. Let's go to the waiver wire, right?
And I'll say this as one exception to the last fantasy cop. If the player comes back to you and says, oh, man, I made a mistake. I fat-fingered it, and I dropped Jaden Daniels by mistake, but I did it while I was driving my truck on the highway, and I wasn't parked. Nah, just kidding. We're not getting back into that.
All right, that's it for that episode, for that submission. Here's the last one. It's from Aaron from Indiana. I'm the commissioner of my work league. We have a 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex league, but only 1 bench spot. This was to stop managers who were inactive from just sitting on players. We have 2 problems that I'm trying to resolve. 1, we play on ESPN and we decide to have extra wins and losses on. I thought this was like Sleeper's median scoring system, but it works by only awarding the top 5 highest scoring teams a win. So I decided after 2 weeks that this is not median system, and I removed the setting, but this has affected the league rankings. Is it early enough in the season to make this change, or was I wrong? And 2, I made a poll to add a second bench spot, as it's been harder to make trades, and the lack of IR isn't making it any better. The manager in first, who wanted 0 bench spots, is outraged. So I continue with the poll or cancel it. I believe the majority will vote for the second bench spot.
I'm so confused by everything going on in this league. So let's first start with the number one thing that confused me about this. What is the setting he had on? It's not median scoring. What is it?
It's add extra wins and losses on ESPN.
Based on what? Extra wins and losses?
The top 5. I'm guessing it's a 12-team league. And instead of the top 6 getting an extra win, only the top 5 get an extra win.
Okay. I think that's in a lot of ways accomplishing what you set out to accomplish with median scoring.
Yeah.
So I think you just keep that. As far as the other part, is this seriously a league where there's no bench? Is there one bench spot? And no IR? Like, this is insane. If you have 2 injuries to starters, you're just like, either cut Jaden Daniels or I gotta play a 0 this week. Like, what? What are we talking
I don't
about
know.
here? This is fantasy football here. This is the NFL. There's injuries all the time, and it's only going to get worse. And what about the bye weeks? This is nonsensical to me. I'm sorry to say. I don't know how any other way to say this. This is just one of the most nonsensical settings I've ever seen done in a league, and that's all I can really say.
Can't change it in season unless it's. I think you have to.
These dire times call for dire measures. Like, you have to add bench spots to a fantasy league.
But okay, but what if someone says no? These are the rules. All
right. I guess you play on. I hope this is a for fun league.
Someone in the chat says this sounds like the dumbest league ever.
Well, if it sounds like that, it probably is.
All right. Well, that's it.
Sorry to the listener. I appreciate you supporting the show, and thank you.
Fantasy Cops. Sorry, Aaron. My personal opinion is you can't change rules once they're instituted.
That's fair. I usually agree with that.
Unless it's unanimous. You got one guy making a stink and everyone else says, let's add a bench spot, then I might be okay with you adding a bench spot. But maybe,
this must be the greatest waiver wire in the history of fantasy football.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. It's ridiculous.
Don't even read a waiver wire column every week. You just just click the players page and have fun.
All right. We got some Apple Podcast questions. I'm sorry, I forgot to pull them up. So Dan, what are your weekend plans?
Well, I had weekend plans and they've been thrown off by something that happened that I've discussed with you. I won't bring up on air. With that said, I am playing golf on Saturday with the home friends. So very excited about that. I have a little match set up with my friend Kevin, who my whole life has played golf his whole life. I picked it up 3 years ago, and I have this year gotten lower with my handicap. So I'm giving him strokes for the first time ever in a match. So very excited to see if I can handle my own there.
That's 3 years, right?
3 years.
Yeah.
This
so
year,
that's gonna be me versus you in tennis next year.
I highly doubt that. And I actually will be going for 0-0 next year, just to give you a little heads up. I'm gonna be training to get 0-0.
All right, here's a grade the trade from.
How many times have you said that though?
The going for 0-0?
Yeah.
I've been pretty close. I mean, I was 0-4 this year, 0-2 last year, and it's all about stamina. I just gotta bring my stamina.
Like I said.
Sounds like I'm getting better.
You are. You played much better this year.
The question from I Dropped Herbert is, he says, I figured out how to get my question on the show. Compliment Adam. 2 years ago, I said he had better hair than Dan. This time, I'll compliment Dan. Hey, Dan, nice refrigerator. I traded Travis Etienne. I traded Travis Etienne for Ladd McConkey in PPR. Did I win?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a win.
Okay, good job.
It's buying low. It's nice.
Okay, this is from Junie Jones. Dear Marcus, Bo, Justin, and Dylan.
Marcus, Bo, Justin, and Dylan.
Are these Raiders running backs?
Bo Allen, I don't know.
Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Justin and Dylan.
Dylan Lobby.
Not on the Raiders.
I see what this is. This is somebody said in the chat. Shout out Popinski. This is Oregon quarterbacks.
Oh. Yeah. Yes. Much better guess. Okay. So this is a question about making 2-for-1 trades in 14-team leagues. Do you have adjust the value on 2-for-1 trades in the deeper leagues. I'm offering Bill Krosky Merritt and Jawan Jennings for CeeDee Lamb. Yes, you do. It's not necessarily better to be on the 2-for-1 side and on the 2 side, because I'd rather have CeeDee Lamb than Krosky Merritt and Jennings. But yes, in a 14-team league, it's more advantageous to, if you pull off a 2-for-1 trade and you get the 2 side, the deeper the league, the better that is for you. Okay. Like it's harder to find on the waiver wire. So yes, make an adjustment. However, I think, you're making the right trade. You're getting Lamb. I think Krosky Merritt and Jennings for Lamb is probably a bad trade for the team giving up Lamb.
Sure.
All right. Next up, grade the trade from, don't even know how to pronounce that. I traded Pickens and AJ Brown for Jahmyr Gibbs. I have Neighbors, JSN, and Sutton, and I have Christian McCaffrey. So now he has Neighbors, JSN, Sutton, McCaffrey, and Gibbs. That's pretty damn good. But he traded Pickens and AJ Brown for Gibbs in a 10-team league, full PPR.
Love that.
Yeah, I love it in a 10-team.
And this is the exact opposite, right? I mean,
right.
Pickens and Brown in a 14-team league for Gibbs might be okay, or giving up Pickens and Browns. But in a 10-team league, giving up Pickens and Brown for Gibbs, that's a mistake. Getting Gibbs is a great deal there. This is from Hindsight. Dear Tommy, Philip, Lillian, and Charles.
Tommy, Philip, Lillian.
Tommy, Philip. Is this Rugrats characters? That's what I was immediately thinking too, just with Tommy and Philip. Lily and who was the last one?
Charles.
Yeah, Charles, the dad. Yeah, this is Rugrats characters.
Okay, nice.
By the way, I saw this like cut up of Rugrats the other night, and it was like, little did we know, like Tommy's dad was like this insanely depressed character that, like, as a kid you never focused on. I'll find it. This was a bad job by me to bring this up.
No, I like that kind of stuff. I don't remember much about Rugrats.
Yeah, I don't remember much as a kid. I'm just like watching, and then it's like, there's some dark undertones in the writing here.
How about that? A lot of that stuff in Disney movies and things like that. All right, I'm 1-2 in a 12-team PPR league. CD injury was threatening to sink my season. The trade offers for CeeDee Lamb were terrible, with the best being a risk in Brian Thomas Jr. So I had to get creative. Guy wanted Josh Allen. So I trade Josh Allen and CeeDee Lamb for Lamar Jackson, George Kittle, Travis Etienne, and Jamison Williams. And then I flipped Etienne into Zay Flowers. So he ended up trading Allen and Lamb for Lamar Jackson, Kittle, Flowers, and Jamison Williams.
Pretty good, I think. He needs the help now, right?
I feel weird saying this. They'll probably be pretty even, but based on right now and based on last year, Lamar Jackson might be 3 points better than Josh Allen per game. I mean, right now he's much more than that.
Yes.
I think.
I like that take.
But
I never really understood preseason why there was such a consensus to have Allen ahead of Lamar.
I had Allen ahead of Lamar. Jamey,
I had Lamar first, and I just didn't understand why we were putting Allen first.
Because Josh Allen has been the same elite guy for 4 or 5 years in a row, whereas Jackson had this past year, 2024. Yep. What was it, 2018 or whatever it was, 2019 when he exploded. In between that, even if you Aizer statted it and removed his injured games, he was about 24 to 25 fantasy points per game, which is really good, but nowhere near what Josh Allen was. So I valued the consistency of Allen.
Which I respect, but to me, I felt like that was factoring in way too much of the past when A, Lamar was in completely different systems, B, was a completely different passer, and Monken last season opened up the passing game in a way that really led to scoring and points versus Allen, who's in like a very slow-paced Joe Brady offense that runs the ball a lot.
They've actually run the most plays in the NFL going into week
Bills?
4. Yeah.
This year so far?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They played that Ravens game in the first game. That's obviously skewing it.
Lamar Jackson to me, I asked the Twitter poll. I don't know what the results were. Who's the best quarterback in football? And to me, it's Jackson right now.
You mean not fantasy, just actual football? Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a great question. I think I would go Lamar. I think who's played the best this year, if you ask me that question, from the tape I've watched, it's Justin Herbert.
I could have maybe given you that before the Broncos game, but the throws that Jackson made against the Browns were unbelievable, right? He was so damn good in that game, and that's another elite defense, right? So
I don't disagree with that. I just feel like he's playing with a much better deck of cards. Herbert lost his starting left tackle. They're
he's
like
playing with a better deck of cards,
without a doubt.
Herbert has McConkey, Allen.
It's not about that. Herbert lost his starting left tackle in the preseason. More importantly, the Chargers are 30th in yards created in the run game. They have absolutely no run game whatsoever. And he's made Keenan Allen, who we thought was washed, look great, and Quentin Johnson, who thought was a first-round bust, look great. And they're first in pass rate over expectation.
All right, next up, from Football, Doc Connor. Trade advice, 10-team half PPR league. Do I give up Ibuka and Tyler Warren and Dobbins for Josh Jacobs and Jacoby Myers? Ibuka, Warren, and Dobbins for Jacobs and Myers in a 10-team league. Still have McCaffrey.
No, I would not do that.
This is redraft?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
He has Brock Bowers, by the way, so he doesn't need
Interesting. That does change it a little bit.
I mean, Jacobs is arguably the best player in the deal, right?
Yeah.
But he's given up 3 quality players, I think. So I wouldn't do it.
He's getting 2 quality players. I mean, I think Jacoby
I'm saying usually in a 3 for 2, there's like, a throw in as the third or something. This is like Tyler Warren. You can get value back in a trade separate if you want to give Tyler Warren up, in my opinion.
I think I'm fine with it, but I don't love it. I probably would not do it.
Sometimes people just trade to trade, and this feels like that could be one of those.
Yeah.
But you are getting back to best player, and you're consolidating some things because you're never going to play Tyler Warren.
True.
All right, last one here is from Matt. Dear Bart, Ringo, and Fish. I got it.
Bart, Ring. Oh, these are all the Beatles.
Absolutely not.
Bart,
There's no Bart
Ringo.
in the Beatles.
Oh, there's no Bart.
Fish.
There's Ringo.
There's one Beatle in here.
What are the names again?
Bart,
Absolutely not.
Ringo, and Fish.
Who's Bart and Fish? I don't know.
These are stars. Bart Star, Ringo Star, and Starfish.
All right. Yeah.
The Beatles. I love it. That's Game of Thrones, actually.
I know Bart Star. Was it Ringo and Fish Star? I have no idea who the heck those are.
Starfish. Ringo Star and Starfish.
What?
Okay. They're different types of stars.
Terrible, honestly.
Pick 2 and PPR. DeAndre Swift.
Terrible
Chase,
by me and them.
Yeah, more you. Swift,
me.
Chase Brown, Keon Coleman, DK Metcalf. Pick 2. Swift, Chase Brown, Keon Coleman, DK Metcalf.
Ooh.
The first 2 running backs.
Yeah, same.
All right. Okay, Apple Podcast. Let's see what do you got. This is from Albert. Start or sit one in full PPR.
These aren't Apple
Yeah,
Podcasts. These are YouTube questions, but it's
okay.
all right.
YouTube. What do you got? Sit one from Albert.
Oh, by the way, Dan, I finally told Adam something that I noticed about him for years.
Oh, what I want to hear this.
You'll appreciate this. Whenever he gets defensive about something,
Okay.
his shoulders go up.
Ooh,
So
shoulders up.
It's usually like his hands are here, like because he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, So
I gotta watch.
whenever like he gets animated, I noticed this a few years ago, but it never really dawned on me how often he does it. And it was when Jake used Adam screwing me over in the Dynasty League as a clip for on Instagram.
Okay.
And it was
really?
It was like a close up on Adam, and I was like, yeah, nah. Like he was getting very whiny, and a lot of my shoulders were.
I gotta see this. This is
Okay,
epic.
now who are you sitting? Lad McConkey, Keenan Allen, or George Pickens?
Wow. I think I'm sitting Keen. Ooh,
I'm
I don't
sitting
want
Keenan also, but
I don't love that. Yeah.
It's really you don't know what to make of it from 3 games. But the thing that really concerns me for McConkey is the lack of end zone, red zone, green zone targets.
Sure.
He just keeps throwing to Johnston and Allen there,
Yep.
and now Gadsden too. But
Yeah.
and these are the things that can change.
You excited about Gadsden, Jamie? He looked really good last week.
he did. I just don't love the environment because how is he going to get targets in this offense?
Good point.
Yeah, great point. I don't know how you thought about that. Was really Having Slim says, "I need."
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I knew Jamie was a big Gadsden guy coming in.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Coleman, Wicks, Ridley, or Diggs? Who are we going with? Keon Coleman, Dontavian Wicks, Ridley, or Diggs?
I would take a chance on the first 2. But if you want to maybe play the most upside, might be Wicks and Ridley. This could be
I'm
a good week for
Wicks. Yeah, I'm Wicks almost no matter what here.
Yeah.
I'm big on Wicks this week. We'll see if I get burned as we have in the past with Wicks. As far as the second one,
What,
really,
did you do that on purpose?
what?
Wicks burned. That's a good one.
Oh
Get
no,
burned by
no, no,
Wicks?
no.
That was very good.
You ever seen that one with Nick Cage, the Burning Man? What is it? Wicker Man?
No.
Oh, you never saw that one?
That's the one movie you've watched in your life is Wicker Man.
No, I've just seen some clips from it. It looks crazy. Some witches are like
You go
burning
watch
Nicolas Cage.
Adaptation. You said your plans got canceled. Watch Adaptation today.
I might need to. I'm like stuck here, so I might need to.
And I really think you'll like the show Platonic. You would definitely will like it.
What's that on? Paramount, I hope.
No, it's not on Paramount. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's on. I want to say
Losing-
Apple TV.
I have so many. I've like lost subscriptions because there's so many.
It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
I already talked about it earlier today, but it's with
Platonic.
Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne.
Okay.
And there's a great episode with Beck Bennett, who I think is such a funny actor. All right, start 2. Carson Wentz, Bryce Young, Matthew Stafford, Marcus Mariota.
Mariota and Wentz.
Mariota and Stafford for me,
Okay.
even in the matchup.
Would you trade Quentin Johnston for Travion Henderson in PPR?
I think that's a fair deal. I think
Yeah.
if you're going to do it, you got to do it now because Henderson may blow up this week.
Yep.
Keenan Allen or DeAndre Swift in half PPR this week?
Keenan Allen for me.
Allen for me. I don't know. What's the deal with Swift? Are we expecting him to play?
What's the yeah?
Okay.
I don't think I just yeah. From Theory,
Fish Lennon was so talented.
what'd you say?
Fish Lennon was so talented.
Listen, I heard Ringo and I thought Beatles. I don't even know.
So sure about it. Like, oh, it's
Well,
the
I
Beatles.
just heard Ringo and I just went right to. I'm trying to get these in quick. You have to when this game, you got to go bang bang. Like the one I got earlier, it was you commended me for it. You're like, wow, that was really fast. Good job. So I, built a little confidence in my head and I was just bang. I went for it and I was wrong. I also think it's a terrible like other stars. Those aren't stars. Like what do we talk? Starfish. That's not a person. That's just like a thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100%
It's terrible.
right.
It's just terrible.
All right,
Stand by
I
it.
traded a Ringo Starr.
Adam, do a poll. Funniest things from today: peed power, coffee ice cream, or fish.
This is leading me down a direction that I'm nervous to say, but we'll do it quick and we'll follow up on another show. One of my worst takes of all time that I stand by. It's one of my hottest takes. So it is the hottest take I've ever had. Is I find the Beatles to be an overrated band. Good melodies, good songwriting, overrated instrumentals, just very overrated from at all. Like they're not better than Led Zeppelin. They're not better than the Allman Brothers. They're not better than Grateful Dead.
They're different. They're not that kind of classic rock band. They came before all this.
Yeah, they're not as good at playing the instruments, but
Oh,
they can do melodies and songwriting.
that's not true. They are
That seems to me.
musically, they're incredibly gifted. You should listen to. You've heard the song "And Your Bird Can Sing."
Yeah, no, they write great songs and they have great melodies,
The guitar on that is terrific, although it is 2 guitars harmonizing. But
which is great.
they just don't. They're not a band that just solos all the time. But I mean, While My Guitar Gently Weeps has a great solo.
It does. It does. They're
They
good.
don't
I want to make
feature
sure.
their-
I want to make this clear because it is my worst take ever.
No,
They
it's
are
the
good.
second worst.
What's the worst?
The one that
Oh, the one that really bothers you.
yeah.
That's a side. It's an insider one.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to this. Traded Brock Bowers and Kareem Hunt for Hunter Henry and Ashton Genty in Dynasty.
So it's basically Bowers for Genty.
Yeah, I do not like that at all.
The only way I think you win, because I don't think it's that far off from a player for player standpoint. I'd rather have Bowers, but I don't think it's that far off. Is if you're in win now mode and you feel like Henry is going to be close to Bowers and Genty is obviously going to be Genty.
And this is from
I-
Lou.
I don't really see the path forward with Genty at all.
That is a wild overreaction after 3 games.
It's not about 3 games. It's about their offensive line and the yards created.
Well, they're not going to have the same offensive line for the entirety of his career.
What do you
This is
mean?
a
No,
dynasty.
this is Dynasty. Oh, I'm
Yes.
so sorry. I am so sorry. Dynasty. I still would
Still
prefer
tough.
Bowers, but that's Jamie's right. It's much closer.
All right. Lou wants to know Mariota, Stafford,
Wait a
Tua.
second. Is this true? Gil Munzo says, "While my guitar
that is
gently
true.
weeps is an Eric Clapton solo."
That
What?
is
So you
true.
just claim it as the Beatles, Adam?
No. It's a Beatles song, but Eric Clapton
Okay.
plays the solo in that. But it is still a great guitar song. Okay, thanks for taking the stinking question off the air.
Is Mariota.
Okay. Would you trade? We did that one. Sorry. Keenan Allen or DeAndre Swift? We did that one. Sorry. I got to finish up here. Adam's shoulder go up like a Muppet. All right. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Chris Rodriguez, Kenneth Gainwell, or Braylon Allen in a 14-team league.
You're going to see if Jalen Warren is out, which is going to make everybody even more excited on the West Coast to wake up for that early game for the inactives. If assuming Krosky Merritt and Jalen Warren are out, I would go Gainwell over Rodriguez. I can't see Caleb Johnson doing well against that Vikings defense.
Brian Thomas Jr. or Michael Pittman, half PPR?
Pittman for me.
Pittman for me.
Just a few more here. Sorry. Why do I not? Okay. Judkins, Henderson, Brian Thomas Jr., DeAndre Swift, pick 2. Judkins, Henderson, BTJ, Swift.
First 2 running backs.
Same.
Okay. Would you trade Chuba Hubbard for Marvin Harrison Jr. in PPR?
Yes.
Yes.
Last one. May, Love, or Daniel Jones, and Brian Thomas Jr. or Pittman in half PPR.
May and Pittman.
I'm going to go May and Pittman as well. And someone in the comments said, Dan, would you prefer Nickelback or Beatles? Don't even embarrass me like that. I don't like Nickelback. No.
All right, last one now. Keenan Allen for Cam Scattaboo and half PPR. Which side wins?
Ooh.
Scattaboo.
I think Keenan could be a thing all year. I'm going to go Keenan.
I'm looking forward to the Giants fans going, boo.
Yeah, for Scattaboo.
It'll be fun. Oh, no, for the Giants.
Yeah, well, it's going to go both ways.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We will talk to you on Sunday morning. See you later.